created in a different format which usually you never see. It is totally different format. What is it? Most of you would have recognized by this time. This is the parliament. This is the parliament. This is the model parliament. Model parliament. Most of us would not have seen the parliament. This is the model parliament. You all know, you are studying in history about the parliamentary procedure of India. We have bicameral legislation. What is bicameral legislation? Anybody? Can you answer? Bicameral. Legislation has got bicameral legislation, which means two houses of the parliament. Two houses. Like America, we also have bicameral, two houses. One is Lok Sabha, the other one is, very good, the other one is Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha is the parliamentary procedure where the elected members are ruling the country through the parliamentary procedure. Okay, elected members of the constituency. We are conducting MP elections. Now we are going to have the election on 23rd for whom? Member of Legislative Assembly for the state government, whereas we used to have elections for member of parliament also. So the elections through elected members, the Lok Sabha is constituted. How many elected members are supposed to be there in the Lok Sabha history? 543, excellent. 543 members are supposed to be in the Lok Sabha as the elected member, both from the state constituency as well as from union territories. Maximum it can go up to 550, but usually 543 is the prescribed number as per the constitution. Have you heard about constitution? Constitution of India, the preamble of the Constitution of India. Have you read? Yes. The Constitution, Article 79. Now in this program, parliamentary procedure, Finance Minister will speak about article. When she is saying article, this is the constitutional amendment and constitutional framework. As per the 79th article of the Constitution, we are supposed to have the bicameral legislation, where in the Lok Sabha we are going to have the elected members, whereas one more Sabha, that is called the Rajya Sabha, where the members are Senate members. So why we have both bicameral legislation? Because any law which is framed has to be doubly checked. Doubly, in the democratic country like India, we have to do double checking. So for that, we have a bicameral legislation. Today we are going to have this parliament. You must be knowing there is a reservation. This year Parliament has reserved 14% for women. There is a reservation for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, 84 seats. So like that 57 seats for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe also reservation is made. Some constituency are meant for reserved category. We call it as a reserved category for women. So adequate representation has been given by the constitution itself for women, scheduled caste, all the representatives are here. These representatives are not very rich people, like common people like you and me who has completed 25 years. They are eligible to compete in the election, win the election with the support of the people. They are sitting here as a representative. So now we are going to see any act, any law, any bill has to be passed through the bill. Finance Minister is going to pass the bill. This bill has to be approved by the majority of the ruling and opposite party members. Through that only law is enacted and it is becoming the act. That procedure we are going to see here. But most of the parliamentary procedure, what you see in TV is different. What you are going to see here is different. Why I am telling you is, I am showing a model parliament which is supposed to be like this in future, when suppose you are all parliamentarians. You, the future citizens, have to conduct a well-disciplined parliamentary procedure. For that, your friends are going to enact. There are two benches here. One is Treasury bench. Treasury bench is nothing but the ruling party. Here, Prime Minister, led by the Prime Minister and other cabinet ministers. There we have opposite bench. There, opposite members. Opposite leader will lead the entire team. So here we have speaker, here we have secretarial staff. Let us witness the program. Before explaining too much on this, you have to go and learn too much about the constitution and parliamentary procedure. This is the way the parliament is functioning in India. So all the best. parliamentarians, young parliamentarians, and both opposite party members for a period of 1 hour. Don't be a student of CVMIS, be a parliamentarian, young parliamentarian, and enact in such a way that it will be a very green memory in your throughout your life and for the other children also. All the best. All the best, children. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you can start.
Honourable members, I cordially welcome you all to the Youth Parliament session. I hope this session is a fruitful one as we set out to deliberate on important matters concerning the nation. Today's first business is oath affirmation. Now, the newly elected members of the House may take oath affirmation. Secretary General, please.
Master Mandi Pandian, who stands elected constituency affirmation. Master Mandi Pandian, please. Sir, do you want to take oath or affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language would you like to take the oath?
In Tamil. வணக்கம். இளையோர் பாராளுமன்றத்திற்கு தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்ட எனக்கு இடப்பட்ட பணிகளை செவ்வனே செய்வேன் எனவும்
Ms. Mahisha Raj, who stands elected from the Jaipur constituency of Rajasthan, will now take oath or affirmation. Ms. Mahisha Raj, please. Ma'am, do you want to take oath or affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language would you like to take the oath?
In English. I, Mahisha Raj, having been elected as a member of lower house of the Youth Parliament, do hereby swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, and that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of my country, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Honourable members of the House, the demise of Sri Ajit Kawar on 28 April 2026 in the Baramati air crash is an irreparable loss to our public life. I pay my heartfelt tributes to the departed leader and pray that his family finds strength in this difficult hour.
Honorable Speaker Madam, the untimely passing of Sri Ajit Pawar is a moment of profound grief. He was known for his decisive approach to governance and his ability to navigate through complex political situations. His decades of experience enriched legislative functioning and public administration. I offer my respectful tribute to the departed soul and extend my deepest condolences to his family and well-wishers.
Madam Speaker, the demise of Sri Ajit Pawar is a significant loss to a political fraternity. He was a seasoned parliamentarian and prominent figure in Maharashtra's public life, whose electoral journey spans several decades. On these tragic circumstances, I feel very bad on his demand. On behalf of my party, I convey my heartfelt condolences to his bereaved family. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
Now, the House may stand in silence for a minute to express deep sorrow. The Secretary General may convey the message of condolence to the bereaved family.
Yes, Madam.
The Prime Minister to introduce the new ministers. Prime Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker Madam, it is a great pleasure I introduce to you and through to the House my colleagues, the two young and dynamic ministers, Ms. Rakshita, Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, and Ms. Jeevana, Minister of Women and Child Affairs.
Now, question hour starts. Question number 101. Ms. Jaironi, please.
Honorable Speaker Madam, will the Ministry of Education be pleased to state A. Whether the government is aware of the inordinate delay in the publication and distribution of NCERT textbooks for the current academic session 2025-26. If so, the details thereof. B. Whether this delay has impacted students across CBSE and other NCERT affiliate schools.
Minister of Education, please.
Honorable Speaker Madam, for question A, yes Madam. The government is aware of the delay in the publication and distribution of class 4, 5, 7 and 8 NCERT textbooks for the current academic session. The delay has been primarily attributed to the following reasons: ongoing curriculum and syllabus revision in alignment with the National Education Policy NEP 2020. Logistical constraints and administrative delays has caused this delay, Madam. For B, the delay has led to challenges for students in CBSE and other NCERT affiliated schools, but it is managed through the alternate means, Madam.
Yes, Ms. Sanjana.
Honorable Speaker Madam, will the Minister of Education be pleased to state whether any timeline is proposed by the Ministry to ensure timely availability of textbooks in the future? Thank you, Madam.
Minister of Education.
Madam, the Ministry has directed NCERT to streamline its textbook development and production calendar to ensure timely availability. A comprehensive monitoring framework has been instituted. Further, I assure this House that next academic year, books will be available on January 26.
Yes, Ms. Rajeshri.
Madam, what steps has the Ministry taken to prevent delays in publication by NCERT? Thank you, Madam.
Minister of Education.
Madam, to prevent such delays in the future, the Ministry has directed NCERT to adopt a clear and time-bound publication calendar, to implement a digital-first strategy, and to establish a monitoring system so that regular supervision of the progress of each phase can be carried out. Thank you, Madam.
No more supplementary questions. Question number 102, Ms. Danya, please.
Madam Speaker, will the Minister be pleased to state A. Whether the government is aware that due to geopolitical tensions, especially involving Iran, there has been a rise in prices of international crude oil and gas. B. If there is an increase in prices of petrol, diesel and LPG in India. C. Whether the government has taken any steps to control the rising prices and reduce the burden among common people in India. Thank you, ma'am.
For A, yes madam, the government is aware that due to geopolitical tensions, especially including developments involving Iran, have led to an increase in domestic fuel prices. For B, India imports a major portion of its crude oil requirements. Any increase in fuel prices due to disruptions in key routes like Strait of Hormuz has a direct impact on domestic fuel prices. For C, steps taken by the government. The government has taken several measures. Number 1, reduction of excise duty on petrol and diesel. Number 2, subsidy on LPG to eligible beneficiaries. Number 3, diversifying crude oil import sources. Number 4, encouraging alternate energy sources like ethanol blending. While global wars influence fuel prices, the government continues to take proactive steps to protect citizens from sudden economic shock. Thank you, ma'am.
Question number 103, Ms. Mogesh Bala, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, will the Ministry of Science and Technology be pleased to state A. Whether the government proposes to launch Chandrayaan-4 mission. B. If so, the details thereof. C. The benefits likely to accrue the country as a result of launching Chandrayaan-4 mission.
Minister of Science and Technology, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, for question A, yes, the government proposed to launch Chandrayaan-4 mission. B, the primary objective of Chandrayaan-4 is to collect lunar sample from southern high latitude and return the sample to Earth for scientific study. Towards this, various critical technologies would be demonstrated that would also pave the way for landing of Indian on Moon by 2014. C, the Chandrayaan-4 mission is the next mission to be realized for the exploration of the Moon and has the following advantages. To demonstrate key first-level technologies for future crewed mission, to further the strides achieved in advancing lunar science within the country, to enhance the technological and scientific capability of the country, and aim to cement international presence in such prestigious endeavors. Thank you, sir.
Question number 104, Ms. Nivedita, please.
Honorable Sir, will the Minister of Finance be pleased to state A. Whether the Finance Bill 2025 has authorized the central government to establish distinctions among pensioners on the basis of date of retirement, and the distinction may also be made amongst pensioners which may emanate from accepted recommendations or the central pay commissions, and B. If so, the details thereof and reasons therefore. Thank you, sir.
Minister of State of Finance, please.
Honorable Speaker, sir, for A, the pension of central government employees is governed by the Central Civil Services Pension Rules 2021, erstwhile CCS Pension Rules 1972, and the Central Civil Services Extraordinary Pension Rules 2023, and the instruction issued from time to time for the matters connected therewith. Revision of pension is carried out through the general orders issued by the central government inter alia for the implementation of accepted recommendation of Central Pay Commission. For B, the Central Pay Commission, being expert bodies, recommend different pay scales, allowances, and pension for different categories of government employees. The Part 4 of Finance Act 2025 has validated the existing Central Civil Services pension rules and principles governing pension liabilities made from the Consolidated Fund of India and does not alter or change the existing Central Civil Services pension rules and defense pensions. Thank you, sir.
Question number 105, Ms. Lakshana, please.
Honorable Speaker, sir, will the Minister of Railways be pleased to state A. Whether the government has recently increased the ticket fares, reservation fees, platform tickets, parcel rates and other service charges. If so, details thereof. B. Whether the government has any plan to review or rationalize the increased charges in the light of public feedback. C. Whether the fare revision will affect the concessional fares, senior citizens discounts. If so, details thereof. Thank you, sir.
Minister of Railways, please.
Honorable Speaker, sir, for question A, yes, minor fare rationalization was done in selected classes from 1st July 2025. General class fares up to 500 kilometers remain unchanged. For question B, there is no current plan to roll back charges, but fare structures are periodically reviewed. For question C, concession for people with disabilities, patients and students continue. Concession for senior citizen remain under consideration. Thank you, ma'am.
Now, 0 hour begins. Ms. Soumya Shri, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, the Geological Survey of India has identified molybdenum deposits across 400 square kilometers in Dindikal, covering Naikarapatti, Karadikutam, Chhatrapatti and foothills of Ibarmalai and Veralimalai. Mining plans threaten these spiritually and historically significant areas, risking fertility loss and heritage destruction. I urge the Union Government to stop this harmful project to protect Tamil Nadu's environment and heritage. Thank you, Madam.
Next question, Ms. Hamsa Valyamai, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, the sudden announcement of the India-Pakistan ceasefire on 10 May 2025 has raised many serious questions. Following the ceasefire, there was an acceleration in military activity, and subsequently, this decision wasn't the result of any external pressure, particularly the mediation of the United States. India's foreign policy has always been self-reliant, but if this decision lacks transparency, it raises questions about our strategic sovereignty. So I want to know from the government, was there any pressure applied on India? Thank you, ma'am.
Next question, Ms. Jasmita, please.
Honorable Madam, the recent Air India 171 crash at Ahmedabad caused 260 deaths, but the affected families have not received any compensation. Although India's aviation safety is generally good, but serious concerns remain both internationally with aircraft scrutiny and domestically due to vacancies in DGCA, AAI and ATC posts. I urge the government to provide full compensation and improve regulatory staffing. Thank you, Madam.
Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, on behalf of our government, I thank the honorable members for their concern towards urgent public importance. Our government is committed to ensure that the concerns raised by honorable members are resolved. Thank you, Madam.
Our next agenda is breach of privilege.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, a serious breach of privilege has been committed by leading national magazine. While commenting on the usage of funds under Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan in my constituency, it has attributed a dishonest motive that there has been an improper usage of allocated funds and a possible cover. I therefore request you to allow me to raise my questions on this matter now.
Have you given notice of this earlier?
Yes, Madam, I have given a notice of it earlier at the office.
It will be examined by the chairman and let you know the decision soon. Secretary General to report the message from Upper Chamber of Youth Parliament.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, I have to inform you of the following message received from the Secretary General of the Upper House. In accordance with the provisions of Rule 127 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of the Business of the Upper House, I have been directed to inform the Youth Parliament that the Upper House, in its meeting held on 21st March, has approved the Constitution Tribunals of Lakshadweep Bill 2025 in its meeting held on 2nd April.
Now, let us take papers to be laid on the table. Minister of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, a copy in Hindi and English versions of the annual report of MSME Technology Center, Kanpur, for the year 2023-24, along with the audit accounts and the detailed review in Hindi and English versions, conducted by the government regarding the functioning of MSME Technology Center, Kanpur, and the statement in the English versions showing the reasons for the delay in the submissions of the documents for the year 2025-26 are hereby laid on the table. Thank you, Speaker, ma'am.
Minister of Civil Aviation, please.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, a copy of the annual report, Hindi and English versions of the Rajiv Gandhi National Aviation University, Amity for the year 2024-2025, along with the audited accounts. Statement regarding review, Hindi and English versions by the government of the working of the Rajiv Gandhi National Aviation University, Amity for the year 2024-2025. Thank you, madam.
Honorable members, it is with great pleasure that I announce the presence of a distinguished delegation from Nepal. The Nepal President, His Excellency Mr. Ram Chandra Paudel, who is accompanied by Canadian Senator Ms. Elizabeth Greer, and along with other distinguished delegations. The auspicious visit to India is associated with enhancing bilateral relationship between the two countries. We are honored by their presence and wish them a fruitful and enjoyable stay in India. Now we'll take up the calling attention motion. Ms. Joanna, Ms. Vidya, Ms. Sunanda, Ms. Thania and Ms. Hashmi Shamaya to call the attention of Minister of Agriculture to the following matter: urgent public importance regarding drought and flood conditions in Maharashtra resulting in suicide of farmers. Ms. Sunanda, please.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, I would like to call the attention of Minister of Agriculture to the following matter of urgent public importance and request that she make a statement that in a situation rising out of droughts and floods in Maharashtra. Thank you, ma'am.
Minister of Agriculture.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I appreciate Ms. Sunanda as she has raised the issue of considering this matter. This is not the mistake of our government. I would like to appeal to the friends of opposition and Sunanda that this is a very important issue. Farmers are committing suicide in Maharashtra and this needs to be discussed. In our country, 70% of the people depend on agriculture and I believe that agriculture system is the backbone of our country. Madam, I would like to say to the people of our country that the matter I want to raise, which are being politicized by the opposition for political reasons. There should be no politics in matters concerning farmers. Thank you, ma'am.
Ms. Sunanda, please.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, I am thankful to you for giving me this opportunity to discuss about the suicide by the farmers in Maharashtra. I am also thankful to the Minister of Agriculture. I would like to express my deep distress over a series of farmer suicide which are becoming epidemics each and every day. The agriculture economy of Maharashtra is typically a combination of drought-prone area and an area having a short irrigation. But ma'am, look at the reality. According to the NCRB report of 2023, there were 2,586 farmer suicides. I repeat, 2,586 farmer suicides, from which 1,100 in Maharashtra alone. For last 6 months, this number has already crossed over 250. Maharashtra stands at the first place, having the highest number of farmer suicides in the country. We have the figure for the year 2024, which is 767, and 479 for the year 2025, March to April. Madam, I feel the state government is deliberately avoiding to provide these figures because it's highly alarming. Madam, this suicide number has 479 in the last 60 days, by which only we can imagine the horror of the situation. As a people representative of Maharashtra, I would suggest, no, I demand the state government to advise fair remunerative price which is decided by our government itself. With these words, I conclude. Thank you.
Ms. Joanna, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, the farmers' suicides mainly because of man-made policies only. Let me explain this. If a business person from Chandrapur approaches the State Bank of India for a car loan, the loan is sanctioned quickly and the rate of interest is only 9%. Only 9%. Whereas a farmer from the same district approaches the bank for a tractor loan, he has to face a lot of troubles. The rate of interest is also high, say 10 to 11%. Is it justifiable? If our own farmers aren't given loans from banks, then who will give them? Only money lenders. They charge exorbitantly and exploit the situation. This is the main reason for many farmers to commit suicide. If the government responded properly and the society cared for the farmers, this menace would not have been raised. Thank you, Madam.
Ms. Divishri, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, farmers commit suicide. Why? Let me explain this with just 5 points for consideration. Farmers are also human beings. Just like us, they too have their own stress. This is their personal reason. Because of colonial rule, the farming pattern changed. This historical reason forced the farmers to maintain their dignity. The social reasons like caste and class expectations forced the farmers to maintain their dignity.
If the dignity of these farmers get affected or humiliated causes suicide. A farmer who's unaware about the global needs would simply produce what he likes. Result, no buyers. All his hard work would become vain. Because of these compelling reasons, farmers commit suicide than agrarian reasons. Thank you, Madam.
Ms. Hania.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, suicide is a mental condition. Farmers, due to mental and psychological pressure, put themselves in the face of death. The government has failed to make the farmers self-reliant and independent. Even today, agriculture depends entirely on monsoon. If the monsoon fails, farmers cannot recover from that setback and end their own life. Madam, there's lack of adequacy in agriculture, which we witnessed their pathetic conditions right before our eyes, and welfare schemes left the farmers starving. In such circumstances, the collapse of their life coincides with the collapse of their very existence. Thank you, ma'am.
Ms. Harshini Shamaya.
Honorable Madam, it takes 4 months for wheat crops to be ready. After 4 months of hard work, a farmer receives approximately 20 to 25,000 rupees, which comes to about 5 to 6,000 rupees per month. Nowadays, even the weather is not favorable for the crops, which makes the farmer's life painful and difficult. Although there is a system of minimum support price, farmers still remain in distress due to storage problems and fluctuations in prices. As a result, farmers are burdened with additional expenses such as maintaining the family, medical treatment, and other unforeseen costs, which forces them to take loans from the banks. Eventually, farmers face such circumstances that they do not have even a single grain of food or money, and on top of that, the burden of loans. When difficulties do not seem to end, some lose hope and end their lives in response to these circumstances. Madam Speaker, I want to draw your attention to those farmers who work tirelessly through the night, staying hungry to fill our plates. Thank you, Madam.
Leader of Opposition.
Madam Speaker, may I know why the Home Ministry is keeping quiet on this serious issue?
Home Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, our government is deeply concerned over the tragic incident of farmer suicides in Maharashtra. The issue has been examined and the preliminary assessment indicates that farmers commit suicide due to multiple factors such as crop failures, monsoon uncertainties, market price fluctuations, etc., etc., etc. But there have also been reports of mob-like coercion during debt recovery, which has further aggravated mental stress among vulnerable farmers. Our government has instructed all police and district administrations to take strict action against illegal money lending and to curb anti-social elements. Honorable Speaker, Madam, it has also been instructed and reported to the nationalized banks to make the lending process farmer-friendly. And ma'am, we do this because we consider it the duty of our government to protect the safety and dignity of farmers.
Leader of Opposition.
Madam Speaker, my friends in the Rashmi bench, I have to agree that they show that they are dear to Maharashtra, right? What we want to know is whether the government is answerable for the same issues in other states where they are in power. We are not against our Prime Minister's frequent foreign visits, but
please maintain the decorum of the House.
But how best have his efforts been towards the upliftment of farmers in India? How many times have we visited the villages of India, shared their feelings? I doubt why our Prime Minister have forgotten the words of our father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi. India lives in villages.
Prime Minister, please.
There's a common saying in English, those who criticize others often reveal what they themselves lag behind. I believe that this thought perfectly matches my friends in the opposition. Our government believes in the trickle-down effect, but even while criticizing the remembrance of Babu adds value. A. Helping farmers during the time of crisis is a duty. Schemes have been launched in order to support and assist farmers. B. I request the public representatives to understand the needs of farmers, from which we can initiate the first few Pradhan Mantri Yojana's guidelines. C. Government has launched Soil Health Card and Kisan Beti Yojana, from which farmers can gain knowledge about the modern farming technology. Shoti Bolchi, this is not just a policy, but a commitment to the people. Honorable Speaker Madam, simultaneously, steps are being taken to reduce farmers' dependency on money lenders by strengthening institutional credit, expanding Kisan credit card facilities, and ensuring timely access to affordable loans. Welfare schemes such as PM Kisan, crop insurance, compensation for crop loss, and farmer counseling mechanisms are being implemented to provide both financial and emotional support.
Now, let us take legislative business. Honorable Minister of Information Technology and Communication, Master Tarun, to introduce 2025 India Bill.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I propose that in order to digitally transform the communications of this country for youth empowerment and to ensure every individual becomes computer literate, I am permitted to lay on the table during this session the bill that is to be presented and made available. Thank you, Madam.
Now, the question is that the leave be granted to introduce Digital India Bill 2025. Those who are in favor will say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Leave is granted. Master Tarun to introduce the bill.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I also lay the bill on the table.
Now, the House may take up the bill for consideration. Minister of Finance, please.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the Constitution 129th Amendment Bill, popularly known as the Castle GST Bill, be taken into consideration. Madam, this bill was introduced on 2nd April 2025 and is now brought for consideration. As stated in Kautayya's Arthasastra, Karasto Samo Yuttaraksha Prajahitaya Bhaveta Prajasuke Sukam Ramyaha Prajanam Cha Hite Hitam, which means tax should be levied in proper place, time and form. Tax level should be equitable and reasonable. And also, Yata Madhukaraha Pushpebyaha Madhu Grihannatina Pidayan Tata Kara Grihannam Prajaha Apridayam Bhaveta, which means just as a bee gathers honey from the flowers without hurting them, so should the state collect taxes from the people without hurting the people. The objective and advantage of Vikasa GST structure is that it replaces the presence of multiple taxation and brings the uniform taxation system. Tax evasion itself would become very difficult. The seamless transfer of goods and service will contribute to the economic growth of the country significantly. The bill amends the constitution to introduce the goods and service tax, Vikasa GST. Parliament and state legislature will have concurrent powers to make laws on Vikasa GST, but only the centre can levy an integrated Vikasa GST on the interstate supply of goods and services and imports. The Vikasa GST Council will consist of Union Finance Minister, Union Minister of State for Revenue and States Finance Ministers. And Parliament may by law provide compensation for any loss of revenue from the introduction up to 5-year period of time. Thank you, Madam.
At the outset, let me thank the Honorable Minister of Finance for having outlined her views in the form of Vikasa GST Bill, the Constitution 129th Amendment Bill. Mr. Hari Prasad, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, what would be the benefit of implementing GST? People are asking that GST would replace sales tax, service tax and excise duty. After its implementation, all taxes will work together. Developed GST is the biggest step in tax reform. Under the developed GST, there will be single tax rate across the entire country. The implementation of GST can increase the GDP of the country by up to 2%. This will reduce tax evasion and tax collection increase. This will also lead to increase in revenue in some states. This will also lead to reduction in price of goods. For this reason, I welcome this measure. Thank you, ma'am.
Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, our government believes in true democracy and cooperative federalism.
Madam. Ms. Muthu Saroja.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, the subject on this Vikasa GST bill is matter of right of states, life of taxpayers. Hence, I doubt why this government is so urgent in passing this bill.
Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, my friend in the opposition is acting like an innocent.
Ms. Muthu Saroja.
Madam, I am not innocent. You are only stubborn, so that you are not listening to our valuable demands.
Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, my friend in the opposition is very well aware that Vikasa GST is not a new venture. Its journey began with Kelkar Committee back in 2003 by the then Prime Minister Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee. followed by the efforts under Sri P. Chidambaram during his tenure as Finance Minister in 2006 through 7. The 115th Constitutional Amendment was later framed by the then Finance Minister Sri Pranab Mukherjee with details based on the standing committees in 2013. In December 2014, the 122nd Constitutional Amendment Bill was introduced and in May 2015 it was passed in the Yuva Sansad, laying the foundation for the uniform taxation system that we are advancing today. Thereafter, the bill was reviewed by the state's finance ministers where several states raised genuine concerns relating to loss and gain, particularly between manufacturing and consuming states and the questions of compensation.
Yes, Ms. Sanjana.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, that is why we are opposing the Vikasi GST bill. Regarding the sharing issue, the central government and state government will not have equal power. That is why we are opposing this bill. Thank you, Madam.
Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, though only the centre can levy an integrated Vikasa GST, the centre and the state does have concurrent power. Let me repeat, the centre and the state does have concurrent powers to make laws on Vikasa GST bill.
Ma'am?
Ms. Rajeshri.
Speaker, ma'am, I stand here with a heavy heart because when the bill was being moved, at that time I repeatedly sought for the intervention of Honorable Speaker that this bill is a new bill. It should be referred to the Standing Committee for consideration. But the reply given by the Honorable Finance Minister was that the Standing Committee deliberated for more than 2 years and this Vikasi GST bill need not go to the Standing Committee. I'm not going into all those details now. I would urge the government that this Vikasi GST bill is a path-breaking bill. It is a game changer. Today's newspaper one news item has come out. What happened during the last 1 year? There were 51 bills and ordinances moved by the government, but not all of them were referred to the Standing Committee. Thank you, ma'am.
Ms. Aksharashi.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, no, what you are saying is wrong. Bills have been sent to the Standing Committee many times.
Ms. Rajeshri.
Madam, hardly 8 bills have been referred to the Standing Committee. The manner in which we are moving gives a wrong signal, as if the Standing Committee is not allowed right here. Therefore, I again urge the government that this Vikasi GST bill should refer to the Standing Committee. Thank you, ma'am.
Leader of Opposition.
Madam Speaker, the biggest problem in implementing the developed GST is its delay because it will be implemented only after obtaining the consents of all the parties. Due to India's current structure, it is also natural that there will be a delay in its implementation. The central government will have to amend the constitution to levy tax on retail prices and to give states the authorities on levy service taxes. The bill related to develop the GST will have to be passed in the youth parliament as well as in the state legislature, madam. Thank you.
Prime Minister, please.
I rise here not to defend Vikasi GST, but to remind you that your own government, when bought the 115th Amendment, allowed the states to tax entry of goods for use or sale only to the extent levied by a municipality or a panchayat. And may I add that your own party members in the select committee were the ones who strongly suggested that even petrol to be brought under Vikasi GST. Our government follows federalistic principles, not just in spirit, but in practice.
Ms. Muthu Saroja.
Madam, when you were the Chief Minister, you opposed the GST plus for your state. And now we are talking about federalism.
Prime Minister.
Yes, ma'am, as a CM of a state and demanded for states' rights. But leadership is not about clinging on to the old standards. It is evolving for the nation. And this is the federalism we follow. Today, the fiscal powers of the centre and the states are as clearly demarcated in the constitution. No overlaps, no chaos. Today, we propose a reduction in the GST on packaged food to ensure that a common man's plate is never burdened with unnecessary taxes. At the same time, to maintain revenue neutrality, the Vikasi GST on gold will be marginally increased. Because, let's face it, while food is a necessity, gold is a luxury. This bill, Amendment 129 Vikasi GST, will ensure harmony between the centre and state and among the states themselves. After the passage of this bill by both the houses, its ratification by at least half of the legislatures and Honorable President's assent, the process of enactment will be complete.
Ms. Yogashri.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I am not entirely in favor of GST. However, I stand here on the issue of constitutional timeline. I feel that if the proposed amendment is not passed in Lok Sabha, it must go to upper house and then come to Lok Sabha for approval. Now, my question is regarding Article Unity. This Article Unity refers to the shadow of Article 42 of Constitution. This is enacted during emergency 1976. It is not put into act. Thank you, ma'am.
Minister of State for Finance.
Honorable Speaker, Madam. Members in the opposition are crying as if Vikasa GST was a blunder. But the thing is different. The introduction of Vikasa GST will reform the entire indirect tax structure of India. Our Honorable Finance Minister has already examined this situation and felt that this bill is the need of the hour. Repetitive demand from the opposition is that considering the bill once again to the standing committee is injustice. Delaying the bill will hinder the current supply chain of India and economic development. To strengthen the federalistic principle, I strongly appeal this August House to consider the bill wholeheartedly. Thank you, Madam.
Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, two questions have been raised. One regarding the stranded Kashmiris and the second regarding Article 40. For the first question, my colleague Akshaji has already answered in detail. Regarding Yogashri ji, she has raised an allegation from a constitutional perspective. Here, I want to assure you, Yogashri ji, that in lawmaking and amending, this is a process and there is nothing wrong in it. Thank you, Madam.
Ms. Sanjana.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, that is why we are opposing the Vikasi GST bill. There is a difference of opinion. Therefore, I am insisting and the party wants this bill to be referred to the standing committee. Thank you, Madam.
Minister of Finance.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I do respect the emotions, but policies cannot be built on fear, Madam. If equal power means equal confusion, then because the GST brings clarity, not chaos.
Ms. Sanjana.
Madam, Tamil Nadu has written a letter to you. We are losing 20,000 crore rupees because of Vikasi GST bill. How are you going to compensate? That is what we want to know, Madam.
Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, the manufacturing states may have their reservations, but it stems from the fear of the unknown. When VAT was implemented, what happened, Madam? The same fear was there, but what happened in the end? The state revenue has increased to manifold. Nobody has to lose. For the compensation issue, Madam, the center will give 100% for the first 3 years, 75% for the 4th year, and 50% for the 5th year. In this way, we can have a general consensus. Thank you, Madam.
Ms. Sanjana.
Madam, what will happen after 5 years?
Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, we believe in cooperative federalism. After because of GST, you will get a share from the service tax. You are not losing a single rupee, Madam. Thank you.
Ms. Sanjana.
Madam, we are not losing a rupee. There is a Tamil saying that ஒரு முழு பூசணிக்காயை சோத்துல மறைக்க முடியாது, which means whole pumpkin cannot be hidden in a served rice. Rupees 20,000 crore by cooperative federalism and 6,000 crores by Vikasi GST bill, totaling 26,000 crores per year. I repeat, Tamil Nadu will lose 26,000 crores per year. That is how we are suffering, Madam.
Minister of Finance.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I do know that Tamil proverb carries a deep wisdom, but Madam, this isn't about hiding pumpkins. It's about lifting the lid on the cascading taxes that have burdened businesses for decades. What my friend in the opposition mentioned is based on the 14th Finance Commission. But in the 15th Finance Commission, you will get contradiction. Because the GST is going to lead to a win-and-win situation as far as the center and the states are concerned. Increase our GDP and contribute to the economic growth of the country significantly. Therefore, I recommend the Vikasi GST Constitution Amendment to this House for its approval.
Ms. Sanjana.
Madam, other honorable members have expressed their views. This has to be referred to the standing committee. Thank you, Madam.
Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, All concerns relating to standing committee, compensation, exemption, constitutional validity, and cooperative federalism were duly addressed. Hence, I seek the support of honorable members irrespective of their party affiliation wholeheartedly and help the country usher in a new era of uniform taxation and strengthen the ideal of our constitution. Thank you, Madam.
Now, the question is that the Vikasa GST Bill, the Constitution 129th Amendment Bill be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor will say aye. Those who are against will say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Clause by clause consideration. Being a constitutional amendment, now the question is that 2 to 21 stands part of the bill. There's one amendment in clause 21 by Ms. Yogashri. Are you moving in?
No, madam. The reply given by the finance minister. I am not going to press my amendment. Thank you.
Now the question is that the clause 2 to 21 stands part of the bill. Those in favor will say aye. Those who are against will say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Clause 2 to 21 stands part of the bill. Now, the question is that the Vikasa GST Bill, the clause 1, the enacting formula and title stands part of the bill. Those who are in favor will say aye. Those who are against will say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the bill as amended be passed.
All the lobbies are clear. Motion moved that the bill as amended be passed. Those who are in favor will say aye. Those who are against will say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted, the bill is passed. Honorable members, the House will now take up the private members' business. I call upon Ms. Yashika, Honorable Member, to introduce the bill.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I beg to move for leave to introduce the bill entitled The Right to Disconnect Bill 2025. Honorable Speaker, Madam, the rapid expansion of digital technology and the rise of remote and hybrid work culture have blurred the boundary between professional and personal life. Today, the employees are more often expected to respond to work-related calls, emails, and digital messages even beyond prescribed working hours and on holidays. Madam, this culture of constant electronic connectivity has resulted in mental stress, anxiety, burnout, sleep disorders, and deterioration of family life. There are several reasons which necessitate the introduction of this bill. A. Constant digital connectivity adversely affects the physical and mental health of the employees. B. Prolonged working hours without adequate rest undermine productivity and efficiency. C. India's changing working environment demands legal recognition of work-life balance. Madam, this bill does not aim to reduce efficiency or discipline. On the contrary, it seeks to ensure human dignity, mental well-being, and sustainable productivity. With these words, I commend the bill for consideration of this august House and request permission to introduce it. Thank you, Madam.
The motion is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor may please say aye. Those who are against may please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Ms. Yashika.
The Right to Disconnect Bill 2025 is introduced.
Now, the House stands adjourned till 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, we have to give a cheer-up clap to the team. They have done it wonderful. Cheer-up clap is what? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. come to conclude it, the speaker, she really acted as a speaker. Wonderfully she has done it. And the way, the modulation spoken by the members as well as the secretary, those have done it is wonderful. This is how the parliament is a mini parliament which has been conducted over here. The same parliament has been done in Delhi also. When this upper house takes over and the bill has been passed, when there is a say of no, this bill will be kept for how many days? Who can say? For how many days it will be kept? In pending. It will be kept in pending for 14 days. After 14 days, again the bill will be renewed and reformed, it will be brought to the parliament. It will be spoken over there and later on, only this bill will be passed as a law. So when the law is being brought into the legislation, it has been brought into the execution. So when this execution is being implemented, it comes into the formation of the system. This is how the parliament functions. And wonderfully, the youth parliament was conducted, and in fact I saw them within 1 week, I think so, because every topic keeps on changing. These people, they received the topic, I think 1 week before, and they have prepared it very well. And with the confidence, the way they spoke was wonderfully done. Let's really give one more cheer up clap for the team as well as the staff in the platform. By the way, you would have noticed the pattern, the way they respected the speaker, how they forwarded the message, how they disciplinedly they spoke. That is what the parliament teaches us. It teaches us every work, whatever we do, we should do it with discipline and with a full plan and system. If you also do it like that, your future also will be the wonderful one. Have a good day. And hats off to the team. Thank you.
Congratulations, young parliamentarians. Very wonderfully put in and very commendable performance by all of you. And few highly appreciable performance starting from Finance Minister and other members. Those were asking question. Question number 31, 29. Who is 31? 29? 29? Yes. And few, what I observed, it was very relevant, even 64 and Anjana. So many children they have presented very beautifully. All of you, of course, but including foreign delegates, secretarial staff, and the speaker, everyone. Very, very nice presentation. I appreciate all of you. From the visitors gang, anybody wanted to record your appreciation? Anybody willing to come? Children of class, any class, come forward. It's a very golden opportunity. What did you observe? What is it? Hey, yes, get up. You can come here to present. Children, come here. Anybody who wants to speak what you have observed? Yes? Do you know the script they have practiced only for a few days? They could do it very excellently well. Out of 1,000 students, any teacher wanted to speak about it? Yes? Any teacher wanted to speak about it? Yes? Girls side? Anybody wanted to speak? Yeah. Girls, come to the front. Come forward. High class. Don't hesitate to speak, children. This is an opportunity to speak. Yeah. I don't know. What do you want to say?
I observed how they acted, and it was really nice too. Like how they've argue and fight against each other. How the treasury bench and the opposition bench was arguing and make the right opportunities for each other. Thank you.
so happy to hear the word tertiary bench and opposition bench. So they learn what is it, what is what. Any teacher wanted, sir? Yes.
From the
Children,
girls'
get
side.
ready. If you want to speak,
From the
it's a very
girls'
golden
side. One
option.
person from the girls' side.
Not one. Girls should always come forward.
First of all, I would congratulate the team and the coach. It's a very wonderful opportunity given to them to represent the parliament. Very well practiced and very well executed and a very big show. So, very nicely you have done it. Keep it up.
I wanted to give you one more information. This is a fruitful information I wanted to give all of you. When we were doing it in Kendriya Vidyalaya, Chennai region children could do well, excellently well. Throughout India, they won the first prize. Those children were taken to Lok Sabha, including them all, the entire team of Chennai region, we went, and we could see the real observations, real happenings of the parliament in Delhi. Children were taken to parliament. They were permitted to see the business of the parliament. So this may be possible for private schools also. Youth Parliament, the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs has given a chance to the children, those who are doing wonderfully well. Next year onwards, we will take part in those competitions. So our school will also go to Delhi, see the parliamentary procedure in person. Okay? Anybody wanted to speak further? Anybody? Shall I wind up? Only few seconds. Run and come. Yes. Anybody? This fear of speaking should be stopped. Yes. Yes? Come. Take it fast. Opportunity will come once in a while.
I learned from this kid that how decisions are made, and then how suppose when someone has an idea and that idea is being checked by someone, and then the main person is checking if it's actually good, they answer the questions on ecologically, and I really like this kid. I really like the collaboration. Maybe once in a while.
Okay, there may be a president inside, there may be a prime minister inside, there may be so many members of parliament inside, who knows, but the moment will be realized, the moment will be cherished. Okay, all the best. Thank you for your patient listening. I thank the entire teaching staff and students and my own parliamentarians. Thank you very much. And correspondents, give a big round of applause for this wonderful arrangement. Whenever we ask for anything, it should be done in a grand manner. Never bothering over expenditure. This dais, I have never seen such a beautiful dais for the parliamentarian. So you personally, all of you stand up, give big hand to our correspondent and the management and the principal madam and Jyoti. Jyoti madam, please come here. Support all also. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you children. Well done. God bless. Teachers, please take your children to the classrooms, form the line, go in a disciplined manner without making noise. Children, wait. Children, wait. Class teachers, subject teachers, please make them stand in a proper line, take them to their classrooms. And you collect all your dress materials, uniform, everything. Don't throw anything out. Collect it, take your bag and go.
Inner line from the back side. Teachers, please accompany the students.